Canada Field in Vancouver, British Columbia. We have saved you a seat for tonight's Josh Zirkle. Joining me tonight from the truck is Mark Lopez and Mighty, the Hall of Famer on stats, Cameron Irvine producing, and here with me in the broadcast booth tonight, the original, the incomparable Tyler Falk. And Tyler, with such a feast of football on tap tonight, what's your first course? What aspect of this matchup has you most excited?
Josh, I think that was the best introduction I've received in a long time. Thank you for that. It's great to be here in Vancouver, British Columbia with you here tonight for this exciting contest here between the Preds and the Legion. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this Charleston defense matches up with one of the best offenses in the SFL. The Legion are right at the top of the list when it comes to points scored per game with 32.3. The Predators defense only allow around 21 points a game, and then it's always a dangerous night when you have Ron I want to say Ron Cocker, but that's over in Florida. I want to say Tom Pepper is on the field at behind center. He is just one touchdown away, Josh, from having 200 touchdowns in his career. So really be looking forward to that and for an exciting football game.
In terms of throwing the football, nobody is doing it better in the SFL right now than Tom Pepper. And it looks like Vancouver in blue jerseys and gray-ish pants is going to kick this off to Charleston wearing all white. And we are officially underway here in British Columbia. And Charleston will return this and get out to the 26, to the 30-yard line. And they will get forward progress on that return from Lance Dulake.
Yeah, really looking forward to seeing what TD Drew here, the quarterback for the Predators, can do on this opening drive. Last week, completed 60% of his passes for 213 yards, no touchdowns and interception. Needs to keep control of the ball and move the ball down the field with more efficiency.
And the fifth-year pro starts in the empty set. 5-step drop on the out route, and that is dropped by number 14, Buchanan Simons. And let's meet the Charleston Predators offense. TD Drew under center, that quarterback. The wide receivers are Buchanan Simons, Ken McCarrow. The tight ends, Lyric Da Vinci and Jay Taylor. And the guards, Butch Menor and Fred Dukes. Amanda Moyer is the kicker. As we set up on second down, TD Drew under center here. Drew will drop back to pass on the swing route. And there is Keith Swearigan. He's tackled for a loss. And a big hit there by Ashley Rose Finch, the fifth-year quarterback. Tyler?
Arf, arf, arf. She gets in the backfield. She's a menace, and she's a menace in the passing game. Leads the team interceptions with 7, which also makes her second in the league right now. Got to be careful of her out there playing in the secondary.
And a strong start for the Vancouver Legion defense, getting Charleston into 3rd and long. And there is another drop, this time by number 13. That is Blumenthal on the drop, but great coverage there by the Vancouver defense, Tyler.
Yeah, I think it was more Mark Lopez coming down from a safety spot just to jar that ball loose as the ball came in. Great clean hit, and it's a quick 3-and-out here for the Predators offense.
And I'd like to let everyone know, if you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And right now, here comes the Vancouver Legion offense to put the air in air raid. And Tom Pepper will see his first action of the game, Tyler.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, air raid. Tom Pepper leads the league right now in passing yards, touchdowns, and QBR. So really looking forward to seeing what he can do here in this one.
Pepper in the offset eye on first down. Will throw it to the swing, to the right flat, and that is number 31.
Fullback
the
Brick
catch
Wall
there.
coming up with the reception there.
Excuse me.
Quick little dump off there. Doesn't really give him anything. We'll see what happens here on second down.
2nd and 10, single back formation. And Pepper will hand it off. And that is Redford, who takes a little business, going up the middle to make it 3rd and medium. Redford not the most effective on the ground, Tyler, but he is getting the job done for this Vancouver offense.
Yeah, not in the last 3 games. His last 3 games running the football, under 50 yards per game. However, in the last 2 games, he's had over 100 yards receiving. So we'll see which way the Vancouver Legion decide to go in this one.
3rd and 6. Pepper drops back, pump fake. Has time to throw, and that is knocked down by Jack Hoffman, the 4th-year linebacker, with a very impressive acrobatic play to get the Charleston defense off the field.
Yeah, the line gave him plenty of time to throw. Michael Percoco and Mike Newtones down there just gave Pepper all time to throw, but Hoffman did a really good job just sitting in his zone and able to read Pepper's eyes, and both teams start out this game going 3 and out.
Both offensive stymied on their respective opening drives. And now we'll see if TD Drew can break the deadlock here on the Predators' 2nd possession. And this is a good punt. This will get inside the 20-yard line. And Vancouver will take him down right at the 21 as we're going to spot this ball for Charleston's 2nd drive of the game.
Right now, everything is playing into Charleston's favor. They don't score too many points, but again, they're one of the best in not allowing too many points either. So if they can contain this Vancouver offense and get some much-needed points, they should have a good chance of taking home the victory here today.
Drew in the offset eye on 1st and 10. Short 3-step drop over the middle. That is caught, and that will be a first down for Charleston. And that looks like number 16. Number 10. That is Ken McCarrow with his first catch of the night.
Good little route there. Just able to pick up enough yards. Survives multiple hits at the line to gain and picks up the first down.
5 catches for McCarrow last week, but did not find the end zone. Hoping to have better luck this week. And Drew will stay in the offset eye on the 2nd play of the drive. And that is a nice slant. And Simons had a hand on it, but could not bring it in. It'll be 2nd down. A nice defense there by Kevin Brackett on the pass coverage.
Yeah, Simons, that's his 2nd target, and unfortunately for him, his 2nd drop. He was really active earlier in the season, come up with a lot of huge plays, just unable to get it going so far. But I like the confidence that Drew has to try and get him back involved and to get him more comfortable here today.
And Charleston will hand it off on 3rd and 10. A bit of concession of sorts as Swearigan barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. And, that'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Swearigan unable to get anything going. He had over 100 yards last week in a rushing touchdown. He just needs to get some time to get more acclimated to the system, and looks like he'll be off the field here on this 3rd down. Interesting call.
3rd and long, and Drew will go to the empty set. And the lefty takes a long drop and finds Simons on the out route. But Simons is short of the sticks, and Charleston will punt it again, Tyler.
Yeah, some good news there for Charleston. They're able to find Simons, and he was able to pick up the catch. Just maybe Drew was looking for a safe route, and it was great coverage there by Dean Maddox. And it's back-to-back 3 and outs here for Charleston.
I feel like Charleston might almost be feeling out this Vancouver defense. A variety of swing passes, out routes, a little modest helping of Swearigan at this point, but not really committed to doing any one single thing on the offensive side. As we see Vancouver will be taken over here at the 35-yard line. And Tom Pepper and company will start their 2nd possession of the game. And Tom Pepper having an outstanding season. Right now leading the league in yards, touchdowns, and QBR with 106.1. Anything over 100 is pretty good, Tyler.
Yeah, it definitely just shows how consistent and how effective Pepper's been all season.
Out of the heavy set, and this is Redford. And Redford's got a lane, and Redford takes a shot approaching the line to gain. And he just gets up like he's rolling out of bed. First potentially big run of the game for Redford. My goodness, Tyler.
Major Key, I gotta salute you, sir. What a hit. Redford nearly broke a big one, but if it wasn't for Key, he was gone.
And now single back on 2nd and 1. The playbook wide open here for Pepper, and they go to Redford again, this time right up the middle. And the Charleston defense, very good against the run typically, Tyler, having a tough time getting their hands on Redford.
Yeah, so far unable to, contain Redford here just yet, but able to find a hole, good hole created by that line, and able to pick up the first down.
Redford, and you mentioned this in the open, did not have an outstanding game on the ground last week. 17 rushes for 25 yards. Conversely, through the air, 17 catches for over 100 yards, 117 to be exact, as they line up here on first down trips to your bottom of your screen. Charleston in the nickel and Redford up the middle, taking advantage of that thin defense of the middle for another impressive run on first down, Tyler.
Yeah, needs a lot more of these chunk plays, and Redford looks very comfortable here early in this ball game, something he hasn't been here in the last 3 games. So if they can just keep on punching through with Redford on the ground, that should really open up the pass.
Charleston will stay in that nickel as Vancouver goes to the spread. Pepper thrown to the out route, and that is caught by number 87, James Walters. Second-year wide receiver, did not have any stats last week. Congratulations, Mr. Walters. You have made the stat sheet tonight.
Definitely trying to get everybody involved here is Tom Pepper. So definitely a good sign here for this Vancouver offense. Now they're deep into Charleston territory. Can they punch it in?
The Legion have secured field goal range at this point with a fresh set of downs. And Pepper will throw a very deep drop back on first down over the middle, and that is caught, and it's a fumble, and Charleston recovers. And that is number 45, Jim Kaufman.
What a crazy sequence of events. Sorry about that, Josh. Brett Killian, known for having one of the better hands on this Vancouver team, just gets it knocked out by Jack Brown, the league's leading tackler, and is picked up, like you said there, by Jack Hoffman. And so Charleston trying to be a little stymie on defense. Now their offense has a chance to make something happen.
Points coming off the board for Vancouver as that happened at field goal range. Did you think Killian had possession of the ball? Did you think that was a football move?
I do think that was a football move. Made it one step, then turned into Jack Brown's hit, and that's what caused the fumble.
No effort to challenge by Vancouver as Swearingen will run up the middle for a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. Tyler, we spent most of the game talking about Tom Pepper and the Vancouver offense. Is there anything that you really like or stands out to you about this Charleston Predators offense?
Well, at the beginning of the season, Buchanan-Simons was definitely the highlight, but right now it's become the Key Swearingen show. Last week, 39 carries for 135 yards and a touchdown. So we'll see if they give them a heavy dose of Swearingen here tonight.
Swearingen, again, the spin cycle is on, and he might get maybe a yard out of that. And that is Josh Farnsey, the rookie. Mr. Farnsey, welcome to the SFL, making an impressive tackle there on 2nd down.
Yeah, definitely been making very impressive tackles week in, week out. Last week, also had an interception, which led to a pick 6, a long pick 6 at that. So making an impact here in the SFL.
Empty set on 3rd and long for Drew. We'll throw it over the middle. That is deflected, ball bobbled in the air, and that finally hits the ground, incomplete. I think everybody on the defense and half of the medical staff got a finger on that one, Tyler.
There's definitely a lot of hands. Both teams trying to work on that tip drill during the game. Unfortunately, unable to be caught by either side. And I think that's going to lead to a Charleston punt.
Kerry Walsh and Misty May Trainer on the pass coverage that time. As Charleston, once again, not really leaning one way or the other in terms of how to attack this Vancouver defense. And now they're going to punt the ball back to Tom Pepper. And Tyler, looks like they're going to get fairly good field position after this punt.
We have to see Wally Saddle's punt here to see if they can flip the field.
The punt is away. And a tackle broken, and The 44-yard line is where Vancouver will set up shop for this third drive of the game. Vancouver so far, punt and then the fumble. Not quite in the red zone. But now Tom Pepper will set up in the heavy set on first down. Perhaps a more conservative approach is warranted. And Pepper will go to the swing route on first down. And there's a spin move again. And Redford, again, Tyler's getting great gains on first down. Charleston's really just setting themselves up behind the 8 ball, giving Vancouver all these second and shorts so far this early going.
Definitely a key to success here for this Vancouver offense. Get to this second and shorts, third and shorts, make it easy on this offense to convert on third down. The best team in third down conversions in the SFL with over 60%.
Vancouver in plus territory now. Pepper will swing to the right side. And that is no gain. That is Redford again, excuse me. Brought down by number 41, Zach Lee, the second-year corner, 6'4", 220.
Fantastic contain there from Lay, setting up a third and short after that big swing route earlier to Redford, able to contain that one.
22 personnel on the field for Vancouver, and Pepper will drop back to throw, has time, and looks on the slant route, and that is caught, and that will be very close to in the red zone. Brett Killian, the 8th-year pro, getting the job done for the Legion.
And Killian, who had that fumble to end the drive last time out, and this just shows you why he's such a pivotal piece in this Vancouver offense. Comes across the field on a similar looking play for the one he fumbled on. This time hauls it in and maintains control of the football.
And Pepper saw the matchup of Killian on John Stamango, the rookie, and took advantage. And Killian had him all turned around on that post route and gets an impressive gain out of it in the process. Single back set now. Twins at the bottom of your screen. It's a swing pass again to Redford. And Redford will still gain positive yardage, although Charleston did a fair job of corralling him to make it 2nd and 7.
There's Jack Brown, the league's leading tackler. He's just all over the football field, caused the fumble on the last drive and able to contain Robert Redford on that swing pass.
Time winding down here in the first quarter. Vancouver knocking on the door. They are in the red zone. And Pepper dropping back to pass again, and that is caught on the out route. If we could see the number there, that is Killian again, making it 3rd and 3. And Tyler, if you were running the Vancouver offense at this point, what approach would you advocate? Would you try and make sure you get the field goal, or maybe push it a little bit?
It's early in the game. Go for that touchdown here on this play, but don't try and force anything. You have plenty of time to come down here, but at least pick up the first down here on this play.
Offset eye for Pepper, pump fake, and then over the middle, it bobbled, and that is ultimately dropped by number 31. That is the fullback, Brick Wall. The non-contract player showing some brick hands, you might say. And it looks like
going to say that. Brick Wall, brick hands.
Did I steal your material there? We have a Louis C.K. Joke theft type of situation here.
Well, considering, one of the first times me calling a game with you, I was doing play-by-play and you're doing analyst. So today's just a little bit of who's who right now here on this one.
Indeed. And Roman Rakowski will put this through from 30 yards. That is good. And Vancouver is on the board with an early 3-0 lead.
Good little drive there from Vancouver. Tom Pepper bouncing back from the fumble and able to lead his team back down and pick up 3 points. Good start for the Vancouver Legion.
So when people talk about Tom Pepper, and look, he's having a great season. He's a guy that's been in the league 8 years. Is he that much better than everybody else right now in your mind, or is this just a hot streak that the Legion have been able to capitalize on for the most part of the season so far?
Tom Pepper's a legend. I've only been in this league for a short amount of time, but not just on the field, but off the field. One of the greatest guys here in the SFL, really down to earth, and really leads that Vancouver Legion locker room really well.
Legion started the season 3-0 and then lost 3 straight before heading into Jacksonville and pulling out the win there. And now they're hosting the Charleston Predators, who had a road win of their own last week. And we'll meet the Charleston offense in just a minute. As Swearingen will run it for no gain on second down. And as promised, here is the Charleston offense. TD Drew, the quarterback. Ken McCarroll of Buchanan Simons and wide receivers. Lyric Da Vinci and Jay Taylor, your tight ends. And Butch Menor and Fred Dukes, your offensive guards. And we'll do the Vancouver defense after this play.
And there's Major Key coming up with the tackle. I mistook him for a player on the Charleston Predators a couple drives ago, but that time he's able to come up and make a tackle, and it's very quickly here, third down here, Josh.
Yeah, 3rd and 10. As Charleston will go to the empty set, trips to the bottom of your screen. And Drew, dropping back, throws it over the middle, and that is caught. And that looks like Dulake making that catch. And that will get Charleston out to midfield. And while we have a moment, actually, let's talk about this catch by Dulake.
Yeah, definitely. TD Drew rarely throws interceptions. You can see why. Able to thread the needle there over the middle, find Dulake, his slot receiver, and able to pick up the first down.
And they will be just short of midfield as TD Drew goes under center in the offset eye. And there's the handoff to Swearingen. Bodies colliding in the middle of the field to make it 2nd and 6. And here is your Vancouver Legion defense. The defensive ends are Achilles Papatonis and Mike Coverson. Your defensive tackle is Gerald Ducecci. Inside linebacker, Kevin Brackett. Outside linebacker, Josh Farnsey. Your cornerbacks, Kyler Murray, Ashley Rose Finch, Dean Maddox, Major Key, Nate Hall, your free safety, and Mark Lopez, your strong safety. And that is the end of the first quarter. Vancouver on top, 3-0. Second quarter coming up. You're watching the Simulation Football League on SFL Twitch. And now Drew will go from right to left on your computer monitor. And Drew under pressure, and he's sacked. Now, excuse me, incomplete. They're saying he did get the ball away before Coverson made the tackle.
And Mike Coverson there, 2-year in his sophomore season there is Mike, and able to get the hurry on TD Drew. That's what Vancouver needs to do. They need to get into that backfield as much as possible. Haven't really done a whole lot of that in previous games. Need to show they can do that here.
Drew in the empty set again here on 3rd and 6. And lefty will drop back and deliver to the right side of the field, and that is complete, but out of bounds short of the line to gain. Buchanan Simons, once again, Tyler, coming up short of the marker.
Comes up short, has good hands there. Just maybe led a little bit too far there from Drew. Maybe the timing was a little bit off, but unfortunately for this Charleston offense, it stalls out here. They're going to have to punt it away.
And my apologies to Gerald Giudicelli as he walks off the field with the Vancouver defense, and Charleston brings out the punt team to send this ball back to the Legion. Punt under pressure, but is away. And that will be inside the 10, and perhaps they know it'll be a touchback. And the pitching wedge was out, but a ball rolled off the green there, Tyler.
Yeah, and you and me are pretty good golfing buddies. And as Pat McAfee would say, that was probably not the best punt and not the best hands team coverage there, but they'll get a couple more chances, hopefully. But we'll have to see what this Vancouver Legion does. Last time out, got that field goal, looking for more points here on this drive.
And Tom Pepper will have two backs behind him as he starts on first down. Pump fake, has time to throw over the middle. Now it's intercepted! And Charleston with a spin move is going to get this ball inside the red zone. And that is Josh Reese, number 22, just playing center field, or shortstop even.
The offensive line had a fantastic contain on the defensive line, but Pepper was just unable to find his receiver, and Reese just read Pepper's eyes and picked off that football.
And Tyler, we've talked so much about the hunt for 200. Tom Pepper's 200th career touchdown pass. That is career interception number 198. And Pepper might find 200 the other direction if he's not careful, as Charleston will hand off on first down. And Swearingen gets an impressive gain of 5 yards right up the middle to make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, had to sneak through his offensive line there as the defensive line of Vancouver just playing hard, tough football there in the trench. But good job by Swearingen to pick up 5 yards. Now they're come out another 9 men on the line here for Charleston. We'll see if they go back to the run or maybe the pass.
4 tight ends here for Charleston. And Drew will actually throw it and find Swearingen in the left flat, and that is a TFL for the rookie Josh Fardsey. You sniffed that play out from the jump.
That's the second time they've ran that play, Charleston's offense, and that's the second time it's gone for no gain or for a loss. Might want to think of calling something else here later in the game.
And now the heavy set from Charleston. 3 backs in the backfield for 3rd and 5. And there's a handoff to Swearingen, and he's snuffed out. Achilles Papatonis. The rookie gets behind the line and sends Charleston's offense to the sideline.
The Greek nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. It's his rookie season, but already making a huge impact in that Vancouver defense. And right there, you can see why.
The Greek freak making a big play to keep Charleston out of the end zone, and they're going to have to kick it here. This is Amanda Moyer, the 3rd-year pro, and Moyer boots that through the uprights with no problem. And we are not at a 3 apiece.
All square again, all level, as they would say on the other side of the pond. Good, solid little drive there from Charleston, not trying to do too much and able to just retie up this football game. This is playing right into their hands, Josh. They don't, like I mentioned earlier, they don't score a whole lot of points, but their defense holds teams to minimal points on the score sheet. So as long as they can keep, fighting back and forth here with Vancouver, this will play right into their hands.
Did you like the decision by Charleston to run it on 3rd and 5 out of the heavy set?
It throws teams for a loop, right? When you're in that, 3rd and manageable territory, running the football, I'd say it's a pretty good chance you might pick up a few more yards. That time with Achilles coming down and taking out Swearingen behind the line, just one of those plays that they were ready for. So, it's really early here yet in the game. A lot of things can happen.
And Charleston did manage to tie it up. Let's not forget that aspect of it. It's Pepper. Tom Pepper gets back on the field and will throw it again on first down, as we've seen so often tonight. Going for the big one, and he's got it. And he's running down the field, and he's going to catch him inside the 20-yard line. What an outstanding catch and run by Kendra Hall, the 2nd-year pro, and a huge gain for the Legion.
I was going to say, Kendra Hall, the co-host over at Netma, with a huge play. Nearly went 82 yards, but a huge gain nonetheless by Kendra Hall. She has really been the spark to this Vancouver offense coming in from Atlanta after the unfortunate and untimely passing of number 86, Rich Pratcher. She comes in and has done a really awesome job of filling in a tremendous huge shoes to fill here in Vancouver.
Kendra Hall, an elephant shoelace from breaking that one to the end zone. And now Dan Daly, I believe, has his first catch of the game on the out route. Or excuse me, no, they're calling that incomplete.
That was a pretty solid one-handed grab there, but maybe just a little bit too far there for the receiver, and it brings up 2nd and 10.
Chat says he was in. The officials say otherwise. It will be 2nd and 10. And now Tom Pepper out of the offset eye will lob this one over the middle, and that is incomplete. Looking for Hall again. And this time it's the rookie Stamango on the coverage.
Yeah, Stamango, was burned earlier here in the game by Brett Killian. This time able to make a play here on Kendra's. He's able to force the hit right as the ball comes in, as the ball just a little bit bounced around there in the hands of Kendra, but good solid play from the week 6 rookie free agent.
Stamango just recently joined the team a couple weeks ago, as you said, Tyler, making his presence felt as he finds his bearings with the new club. Empty set now for Tom Pepper as they are on the outskirts of the red zone. And Pepper will throw it for the end zone, and that is incomplete. Going for all the marbles that time. Looking for Killian, but Pepper, a little too much juice on that goose.
Little bit too much juice is right there. Looking for career touchdown 200. Just led Brett Killian, one of his most comfortable and surefire targets, a little bit too far, and it'll bring up a field goal.
Ramon Rakowski, the non-contract kicker for the Legion, is going to boot this from 37 yards, maybe 38. And the kick is up. And that is no good. Rakowski misses, and he will bathe in his own shame as he wanders back to the sideline, Tyler.
Just an unfortunate kick there. I think the laces may have been maybe slightly out. There isn't any wind here today, so I'd have to think there's something wrong in the mechanics there that time, but he's 1 for 2 on the day.
And now TD Drew and the Charleston offense will take over at the 28-yard line where the ball was kicked, right from the spot. 4 tight end set again. We've seen that earlier. And there is the swing pass to Swearingen. And Swearingen gets a block and a spin, and he's got himself a first down.
Well, what do I know, Josh? 2 plays before they ran that play and it got them nowhere. This time they get the screenplay to work and Swearingen rumbles for a good little gain. Look at the blocking downfield for the the Charleston Predators. Able to set the edge there. Butch Menner, one of the members, jumping over and setting the edge there for Swearingen to get upfield. Good play there by the Predators.
Love to see the wheels on a guard like Butch Menner getting upfield like that. And now TD Drew will go empty set for this 1st and 10. And throw the out route to the left side, and that is caught. And that is Ken McCarrow with a gain of 3 to make it 2nd and 7. You're seeing a bit of incrementalism here from the Charleston offense so far, Tyler.
Yeah, just able to be, a little bit conservative, but at the same time able to get consistency here early. Again, they're in a tight ball game, which suits their style, and we may see another screenplay here on this one here, Josh.
Here is the 14 personnel set again, 4 tight ends. And TD Drew again to the swing pass, a little bit behind Swearingen, but makes the adjustment and turns it into positive yardage to make it 3rd and medium. And it looks like number 23 for Vancouver. That is Ashley Rose Finch on the tackle for the Legion to there. 3rd and 5. Drew going empty set. 3-2-6, the dime set for Vancouver. And Drew will throw it over the middle, and that is incomplete, intended for Vaccaro. I could not tell if he got a hand or a finger or any part of his body on that at all, Tyler.
It didn't look like he was ready to catch that ball. Just barely got his eyes back to TD Drew as the ball was being thrown. Maybe just a little bit of miscommunication there by wide receiver and quarterback, and it's going to set up a punting situation.
It looked like McCarrow had the ball in his hands and then had Kevin Brackett in his face. And now Charleston will punt this back to Vancouver with just over 6.5 to play in the first half. Punt is away. And the ball's loose. And Vancouver hung on, which could have been a drastic special teams play for the Vancouver Legion.
Yeah, and unfortunately for the Legion on that previous drive, we saw Mark Lopez head off the field, and so we'll definitely have to get you an update here later in this football game. Right now, he's also in our stats truck pulling double duty, so maybe we'll get some words from the horse's mouth here in a little bit.
And Pepper throwing over the middle, big time, and an acrobatic catch! An outstanding leaping grab by number 85. That is Andy Hamilton, the rookie, going up, and away to catch this ball from Pepper.
Superman, is that you? That man just went up 2 stories there at midfield to come down with that one. What hops from Andy Hamilton, and what a throw there from Tom Pepper.
Catch radius is a thing, and Andy Hamilton has got it. And that is a big first down for the Vancouver Legion. As we are winding out the first half. Trips to the bottom of your screen now for Pepper. And he will throw again on first down. Over the middle, that is caught. And that is Brett Killian, who will gain 4 yards to make it 2nd and 6.
Gotta be careful when you're trying to go short over the middle like that against these Predators. You got Jack Brown there, and that time you had Jack Hoffman there as well. 2 stout linebackers on this Predator team. So just be careful when you're doing that. You might be throwing into a suicide pass.
Spread look on 2nd and 6. Short drop from Pepper. There's the out route. And that is caught. And that is Walters with his 2nd catch of the day to make it a first down for Vancouver. Keep up with the SFL and its teams on social media at Simulationfl. Follow us on Twitter for weekly broadcast schedules to discover team content and stay up to date on SFL news. Let us know who your favorite team is or how you enjoy the broadcast each week with the hashtag #MakeAnImpact. Thanks for your support and viewership. And Tyler, thank you for tagging along with us for SFL After Dark. And it's now 1st and 10, and Pepper will throw to the right side. And that is caught, and out of bounds goes Kendra Hall to make it 2nd and medium.
Yeah, Tom Pepper already close to over 150 yards so far here in this football game. Definitely the game plan for this Legion is to come out throwing and come out throwing early and often. Right now compared to TD Drew, TD Drew is just over 50 yards. So definitely a little bit of disparity between the two offenses.
Now nickel look for the Charleston defense. And Pepper dropping back to pass the swing route. And that is Redford creating a little real estate for himself. We'll get a couple on that play. Leg cramp for Mark Lopez is the diagnosis from the SFL medical team, Tyler.
Rub some dirt on it there, stat man. Get back out there on the field. Maybe eat a banana or two, but good. That's good news there for this Legion. He's a vital piece here to their defense.
Rest, ice, compression, elevation. Words to live by. As Pepper goes into the offset eye on 3rd and 4, and will drop back again. There's the swing, and Redford has room and makes it to the line to gain. And that is another first down for Vancouver. Finally brought down by number 57, Tommy Zanardi.
That's a brilliantly executed screen passing play. The line was able to get over there on the near side of the field to set the edge, to get the blocks ready downfield, and it worked to perfection. Fantastic play call there by Andy Hamilton from the Vancouver coaching staff.
And Pepper will throw it again on first down. We've seen that quite a bit tonight, and that is a dangerous throw, and it's intercepted. And Charleston's going to be able to run this one all the way back to the coast. 10-5, and finally brought down at the 6-yard line. And that is Corey Menner, the 2nd-year pro, who just found the ball and managed to almost take it to the house.
And Jack Brown with the deflection. That's, like I said, you have to stay away from Jack Brown. He is everywhere on the field, but a huge props there to Robert Redford. Look at him hustle all the way back down the field to get there and save a touchdown. That's hustle. That's never given up before the play goes. That's hustle. I want that man on my team.
Outstanding drive. Pretty good form on the tackle, too, if I do say so, especially coming at him from behind. And now TD Drew has a chance to put Charleston ahead late here in the first half. Out of the 14 personnel, the swing pass again to Swearingen. And Swearingen has to make a man miss and cannot. He'll be down for no gain. And that is Josh Farnsey, the rookie, who's had Swearingen's number all night, it seems like, Tyler.
Yeah, Butch Munner unable to get over there in time to hold off Farnsey and company. And that's the one thing about that play, is if they're unable to set the edge, that play is going nowhere. So we'll have to see if they go back to it like they did earlier.
Drew on second now, throws to the end zone. That is incomplete. And that was Major Key showing you that he was responsible for the deflection on that pass.
Yeah, Major Key, another good deflection, another good play from him. And this Vancouver defense is holding tough. Bend but don't break. They're working with limited field position, and they're showing tough. Crucial 3rd down here late in this 2nd quarter coming up.
They took a shot at the end zone on 2nd down. What will they do here out of the empty set? I'm going to guess they're not running it. Drew will throw, and that is caught And stopped just short of the goal line is Kendra Hall. Vancouver doing an outstanding job of defending the goal line. And that will make it 4th and goal from the 1, Tyler.
A fantastic play. That's Nate Hall, the free safety, who came down and made the crucial stop. What a held there by the Vancouver Legion.
And now instead of 7 points, Amanda Moyer will have to give her team a 3-point lead. And the kick is good from 18 yards. And the Predators are now on top 6-3 with time winding down in the first half. And Tyler, that was very fortunate for the Vancouver Legion that it was not a 7-point deficit after, as you mentioned, the impressive sprint and tackle from Robert Redford on the interception.
Exactly, Josh. It could have been much worse if it hadn't been for Redford, if it hadn't been for the entire defense down at their own goal line. The score line would be very different.
It was not a pick 6, but maybe in spirit it was a pick 3. As now Vancouver will take over from the 21-yard line with 2:38 to play in the first half. Tyler, if you're Vancouver, do you put your foot on the gas at this point, try and get down the field? Or maybe just quell some time and lick your wounds and go to the locker room down 3 points?
I need to regain my momentum. I need to regain confidence in my offense. You're throwing the ball, pretty well. Over 166 yards here for Peppers. He tosses it out there to the far side. But just 2 interceptions that have costed him here 6 points. They really need to, maintain control of the football, work the ball down the field, maybe work the entire remainder of this game clock here in the first half so that they can set up themselves for some points, maybe tie it up, maybe get a touchdown to close out this half.
Out route by Killian, good for 5 yards to make it 2nd and 5. And Pepper will take this snap under center, but will throw on 2nd down. And that is caught, and will be a first down. Kendra Hall on the catch and stops the clock. Tyler getting out of bounds, double bonus.
Got toe drag swag, as we like to say here in the SFL, but Tom Prepper should be really credited with that throw. He threw that in there into double coverage as Kendra was leaning on the sideline. That's a fantastic throw that only veterans make.
This will likely be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Pepper over the middle, and that is caught. And take it down near midfield is Dan Daly, the tight end. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Charleston making a game of it. Predators 6, Vancouver Legion 3. You're watching the Simulation Football League on SFL Twitch. Tom Pepper has 2 minutes to work with to get about 60 yards for what would be the first touchdown of this game. And Pepper will drop back to throw on 2nd and 4 on the out route, and that is caught. And that is Brett Killian again, his 6th catch of the game. And Killian manages to get out of bounds and stop the clock at 1:56.
A good little out route there, good deep out route there from the Legion, and Killian able to haul it in and then get knocked out of bounds there. But something here for Vancouver. Again, I want to thank Mark Lopez here in our stats truck this evening. They've had a whole lot of drives. Tom Pepper is nearing 200 yards passing, but it hasn't really amounted to points. Only 3 points on the scoreboard. Really need to start converting here on a lot of these 1st and 2nd downs.
A lot of red zone stinginess tonight. And this is Redford not being stingy with the pill as he carries this into Predator territory to make it 2nd and 2. Clock continues to run, 1:39 remaining.
Let me sit down here, Josh. Robert Redford just throwing everybody in a spin. It's like, I got to sit down. I'm a little dizzy from all those spins he gave us.
He's done it all tonight, and he's been very impressive with the complete repertory. And Pepper throwing to Redford again, this time in swing route. And Redford fighting for the first down and gets it. Clock continues to run, and Vancouver will line it up in a hurry here. Pepper going with staying in the 4 tight end set. Will throw it here. And again to Redford, who has to make a move. and is tackled behind the line. And Vancouver will continue to hurry it up. And that we are now less than a minute remaining in the first half.
That's 2 hits in a row by Stamango.
Pepper to Redford again, and Redford will get down to the 34. And now Vancouver chooses to use their first time out of the half.
Yeah, I don't think that play call was working out too well for Vancouver. 2 times in a row, John Stamango came down. The rookie came down and took down Pepper right at the line of scrimmage. That last time they were able to contain the rookie and pick up a couple yards.
Clutch defense by the rookie. Trips to the top of your screen. Pepper short drop over the middle. It's bobbled in the air, and it is caught. Not by the intended receiver, but by Kendra Hall, who managed to get her hands on it, and Vancouver lines it up again. 38 seconds remaining this time. Pepper over the middle to Hall again, and Hall brings it in. 1st and goal. Vancouver will hustle up to the line. 30 seconds remaining. Charleston hustling to get back into defensive position. They're still in the dive. Pepper short drop to Hall again, and Hall scores. Touchdown, Vancouver Legion.
The race to 200 has been decided. Congratulations, Tom Pepper, on your 200th touchdown pass, and it goes to Kendra Hall, who has made an impact here in Vancouver, and Vancouver jump out in front with the touchdown.
Congratulations to Tom Pepper, just beating that slant route to a pulp. And Kendra Hall hauling in the pass every single time until ultimately the Legion found themselves in the end zone. And now here comes the extra point. And so Charleston will have 24 seconds to potentially do something with the ball before the half. The extra point is good. Rakowski manages to find some rhythm after the missed field goal earlier. And as it stands now, Tyler, a 4-point Vancouver lead.
Or Vancouver lead after that 11-play, 88-yard drive. Fantastic job there from the Legion to get ahead here before the end of the half. We'll see if the Predators can answer.
Tom Pepper, 10 of 10 on that drive from 80 yards. Thank you to Mark Lopez from the truck for pointing that out to us, as Charleston will take over at their own 31-yard line as Lance Dulake gets this ball out. A pretty fair field position here, Tyler. Does this change the calculus for you at all?
I will have to see. Can Charleston bounce back? The Vancouver's defense has been really stingy. Last time they were on the field, they were all the way down to start the drive at the 6-yard line, unable to get through that defense. We'll see if they have better fortunes here with only 20 seconds to go.
Single back set for Charleston. There's the handoff to Swearinger. Swearingen's off to the races. And Swearinger, with an impressive game, gets Charleston into plus territory. 10 seconds remaining. Charleston not using timeouts, instead opting to line it up. 5 seconds remaining. 4. And Drew manages to get the snap off, throwing over the middle. And that is caught. And time expires as Ken McCarroll gets him in field goal range, but Charleston doesn't call timeout.
That's a little unfortunate there from the Predators, just unable to make something happen. He had all 3 timeouts and just didn't choose to use them. We'll see if that comes back to bite them here in the second half.
And that will take us to the intermission. And Tyler, we've seen it all tonight. We've seen a little bit of hustle, a little bit of magic, and a little bit of history, as the Vancouver Legion currently lead the Charleston Predators 10-6. And so far, I think the story tonight is Tom Pepper with his 200th career touchdown pass to Kendra Hall.
Look at that, 246 passing yards already here in this ball game, but only 1 touchdown to show for it, and 3 turnovers there from the Vancouver Legion, 2 of those being interceptions from Pepper. They've done a really good job, the Vancouver Legion's defense, at just containing the Predators as much as they possibly can. And for Charleston, they're still in it, only down by 4. And that suits them pretty well here, playing close and forcing the #1 team in points scored per game on average down to only 10 points to finish out the half.
Very impressive by Tom Pepper, and really the only thing that's gotten in their way so far was that fumble that you just saw in the highlight package that allowed Charleston to drive down the field, a very conservative drive, and kick the field goal, which did give them a 6-3 lead at that point. And then you see the other interception there That is Josh Reese. Also managed to be, which led to actually to this field goal from Amanda Moyer. But ultimately, it was Tom Pepper driving it down the field in the waning seconds of the first half, and that catch by Kendra Hall certainly didn't hurt anything either. Let's talk about Kendra Hall for a minute, having an outstanding game so far, already over the century mark. 106 yards receiving on 6 catches from 7 targets, and she has really been a force tonight, Tyler.
Absolutely. Like we saw on that last drive, able to get a couple nice arrow routes, get a catch off of a deflection. She was very crucial there on that final drive. And again, this Vancouver offense is fantastic. And just the hustle shown there by Robert Redford as he ran down the returner on the interception, able to just hold Charleston to that field goal. So if Vancouver come out and win this game by a short margin, you're going to have to start thanking that defense and thanking Robert Redford for just holding them to there. And there's the historic moment right there as Pepper was able to find Kendra Hall for his 200th passing touchdown.
Outstanding history made tonight. Tom Pepper with the big 200 and may have a second 200 as he currently sits, I believe, at 199 career interceptions. And a third interception tonight would put him over the double century mark as we welcome you back to Canada Field in Vancouver, British Columbia. We're about ready to start the second half. And Tyler, for Charleston, I think it's just perhaps as simple as sticking to a single line of attack. We've seen a variety of offensive tactics out of the Predators' offense so far. Maybe just limiting them to 1 or 2 might be more successful.
Yeah, maybe be a little bit more aggressive here in the second half. Saw a lot of passive plays that didn't amount to much. A lot of, fourth and shorts that just weren't able to be converted on the third down that led to them punting. We'll see if they can come out with a better game plan here. But right now, Vancouver gets the ball to start the half.
And of course, that Charleston failed drive at the end of the first half that could have resulted in points for the Predators. But as it stands out, Tom Pepper back on the field in the spread on 1st and 10, and that is caught. I think that is Dan Daly, who has had a smattering of offensive production in the first half, and he starts us off with a catch in the second half.
Get those tight ends involved. Get everybody involved. Make it a little bit confusing to that Charleston Predator defense about who you're going to, because there's a lot of good weapons here on this Legion offense.
Second catch on the night for Daly. The power eye now on 2nd and 7. And Redford makes a couple of tackles, breaks a third. And he's scrambling down the left side like one man left to beat. And that is Jack Brown. And Jack Brown is not going to catch him. The Sundance Kid finds the end zone. Touchdown, Vancouver Legion.
We saw it earlier from Robert Redford, the hustle to get the interception return stopped before it reached the end zone. Now he gets to show it on an offensive play. Fantastic job. Shrugs off 1 tackle, shrugs off 2, on a third, and then just out races Jack Brown down the sideline. And that is a phenomenal play. Has been held to under 50 yards rushing in the past 3 games. Right there, shatters it.
76-yard run for Redford. Just we were talking about how Charleston was hanging into this game. Vancouver blows it open with an outstanding run and 3 broken tackles from Robert Redford. The extra point is good, and it's officially an 11-point lead for the Legion, 17-6.
We just cannot, keep talking about how good Robert Redford is. A lot of people already saying, Josh Farnsey in chat says, hello, top 10 highlights. We wouldn't be saying hello, Sports Center, but we're going to say hello, Mr. Cameron Irvine. Get that man on the top 10.
Just a ridiculous run. I mean, it was just, nobody was going to stop him. And now Charleston will have a chance to answer, this time from the 32-yard line. And oh, by the way, the SFL broadcast team is looking to add new talent to our ranks of broadcasters. Applications are being accepted now to try out for either play-by-play or analyst broadcasting positions. No prior experience is required, just a love for the game and a desire to succeed. The application can be found on our website at simulationfl.net/broadcasting. As TD Drew will start us off from his own 32-yard line. There's the handoff to Swearingen. And the spin cycle does not get the tidy whities white just yet. That's only a gain of 2. Second down.
Good little contain there from the Charles, from the Vancouver defense, just able to contain Swearingen, who himself can break off a couple of long runs, only for a minimal gain.
It's been rough going so far for Swearingen. 10 carries, 28 yards on the day so far. And there he is, the swing pass to Swearingen. And again, the spin does gain a couple to make it 3rd and 7. A swarm of Vancouver defenders taking him down on that play.
When you have to go against Robert Redford in practice, you get used to trying to tackle extremely elusive backs in Keith Swearingen. So right now, only 3 yards on the ground so far in this drive. Fantastic stuff here from the Legion defense.
Empty set for Charleston, trips to the top of your screen, and that is a little too far for Buchanan Simons. And that'll bring the punt team out for Charleston.
He tried to one-hand that football and try and take it away. I think there was another intended target behind him that maybe that's who TD Drew was trying to target. But just unfortunate there for Simons, unable to haul that one in, and it's a quick 3 and out.
Exactly not what you want when Vancouver extends their lead to 11 points. Is to go 3 and out on that play. And I think Swearingen, who so far has 10 carries on the game, I think keeping him involved in the offense is a good idea, but so far it's just not happening for the Predators offense. As Vancouver will start from their own 31-yard line. And I believe that was Dean Maddox returning that punt.
We saw a nice run there by Robert Redford on the last drive, which resulted in a touchdown. Let's just say this. He's had more rushing yards here tonight with 110 that he's had in his last 3 games combined. 87.
Wow. Impressive so far. And now Pepper on first down. The out route is still there, and they are just beating that, and that is Dan Daly again. Incrementalism alive and well in the Vancouver offense. It's 2nd and 8.
Stamango, the rookie out of Birmingham, getting to him on that call. He's starting to play really well here in his 3rd game here in the SFL.
Outstanding. You saw the graphic for Pepper, over 250 yards already. Time to throw, has all day to throw, and then finally dumps it to get incomplete. He could have read the markets and the lifestyle section of the Wall Street Journal as long as he was back there, Tyler.
He had all time to throw. Michael Percoco and Mike Newtones, just to mention a few of those outstanding linemen. That gave Pepper too much time to throw. But right there, that's just a good coverage there from the Predators. Just able to force Pepper into a little bit of trouble there.
6 defensive backs on the field for Charleston now. Empty set for the Legion. Pepper out of the shotgun, throws over the middle, and that is incomplete. And you see the no sir signal there from John Stamango. And Vancouver will be punting now.
And apologies there to Stamango as I tried to mention his SFLM Season 2 championship rivals in Birmingham, but this time it was, this time he's from Birmingham, or from Albuquerque, excuse me. So good play there by Jack Hoffman, the linebacker, deflected away, and it's 4th down upcoming here for the Legion.
Yeah, Hoffman did have that initial deflection. And now Vancouver punting. Stamango now 6 total tackles, leading the team. Ditto for his 2 passes defended. Punt is away. Charleston playing it safe. No attempt to block. And that is Lance Dulake again. And what gets us out to the Charleston 31. And if Charleston does not go to Swearingen here, Tyler, who would you like to see make an effort to get the ball?
Well, they're trying to go with Buchanan Simons here a couple times, trying to get him reinvigorated and try and get him back to his early season form. That's just not working right now. Maybe get Lyric Da Vinci or Jay Taylor. Haven't called their names in a while.
Neither tight end has a catch so far tonight. And that is McCarrow, who does catch it and gets out of bounds to make it 2nd and 6. It's a fair start for Charleston on this drive. This Vancouver Legion defense, very stingy against the Predators so far. 14 personnel again for the Predators. Lefty drops back and finds Swearingen. Swearingen trunks her defender, makes another miss, and very nearly has the first down. Getting out bounds just short of the sticks, 3rd and 2.
Maybe a little bit disoriented there from just spinning out of 2 tackles and just stepping out of bounds there, but great toughness shown there by Swearingen, and it's a very 3rd and manageable.
Absolutely. What personnel will we see from Charleston here? And it looks like we've got an offset eye. And there's Swearingen again. The spin cycle back on. And Swearingen, kicking and screaming, will take this Charleston Predators offense into plus territory.
That right there nearly doubles his rushing yards total here on the game. Look as he just spins away from one and gets away from another before being dragged down by his ankles there by Dean Maddox. Just phenomenal running, open field running there from Keith Swearingen.
And Ken McCarrow blocking downfield to give Swearingen a chance to break it. It comes up just short of doing so, and it's a fresh set of downs for the Predators. 1st and 10, Drew drops back over the middle, and it is incomplete. Impressive defense by the Vancouver. That's Buchanan Simons. They're looking for him, Tyler. They're trying to get him the ball.
Yeah, trying to catch the Legion defense napping, but not that time. Great coverage there from Maddox, able to swat the pass away and take down Simons at the same time. That's some very good awareness there.
Safeties converging to make it 2nd and 10. Twins to the top of your screen. Single back set. Vancouver showing blitz. It's Swearingen up the middle. And Swearingen will make it 3rd and 4. You see the average there, Tyler. That is much better than we were looking at the end of the first half.
Yeah, definitely only under 30 rushing yards at the half. Now with 12 attempts and around 44 yards. That's a fantastic stat to have right there.
And here come the Predators on 3rd and 4. Twins to the bottom of your screen now in the power eye. Drew hands off to Swearingen on the left side. And Swearingen is suddenly the straw stirring the drink in this Charleston offense. That is another first down for the Predators.
3 rushes already here on this drive here for Keith Swearingen, and that time able to, move the change. It's working really well here, the running game for Charleston. Let's see if they go to it again in another power eye set.
Legion trying to beef up, 8 in the box there. And Swearingen now finally take it down behind the line of scrimmage. And I did not see the number. I think that was Ashley Rose Finch. Yes, there she is. Outstanding penetration behind the line to get Swearingen down and earn herself a TFL.
Arf, arf, arf. She is everywhere on the field. She can do it all there at her cornerback spot.
Is that appropriate to nickname a female Arf, Arf, Arf?
Well, it's her initials there, Josh, so it makes sense in a way.
I guess it does. 3rd and 9 now as Swearingen up the middle. Not enough to produce a manageable 3rd down, but Predators on the cusp of field goal range, going empty set here. Drew in the shotgun. Time to throw over the middle. That is knocked down by Kevin Brackett. Outstanding defense. And now decision time for the Predators.
Try to find the 4th-string wide receiver Boris Younger on that play, and now they're just maybe on the edge of Amanda Moyer's field goal range. Here she comes, trying to get Charleston on the board here in the second half.
This will be a kick from 51 yards. Moyer has not missed tonight. Kick is up. Has the leg, and that is good from 51 yards. The Moyer is money.
She can hit those from 51. She can hit them from 55. Absolutely fantastic kick there for Moyer. And a little bit of momentum here now for these Predators.
It is officially a one-score game as the Predators are set to kick this ball back to Vancouver with 5:18 remaining. In the third quarter, visit the all-new SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player to join our community. The league and the teams that play in it, links to apparel, helmets, and a comprehensive history of the SFL. It's over 1,400 games, and it's thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And I will say, that website is looking really spiffy after the update.
Yeah, I really like what the league has done with the website. You can get a little bit of history on the SFL, a little bit of bio knowledge and all of the league staff, and a couple of us broadcasters on there too.
Redford up the middle for a tremendous run, and another first down for Vancouver, taking advantage of the nickel defense from Charleston. Redford just having a monster game so far, Tyler.
Yeah, it's a mismatch right there when you try and put a nickel in against Redford, able to just tear a hole through that Predator defense. And right now, over the century mark, getting close to $125 already here in this one.
Over 150 yards all-purpose when you factor in his 30 receiving yards. And Vancouver has not had any trouble moving the ball, but they have had trouble finding the red zone. And Redford again has a laid down the left sideline, and it's finally brought down by a pair of defenders, and they're inside the 30-yard line.
Run, Redford, run. Fantastic blocking there from the offensive line. Mike Wall there on the near side of your screen set the edge, and Redford was just turned loose.
I think that was Michael Percoco, the second-year guard, that hit that big block that sprung Redford. And now trips to the bottom of your screen. Pepper will set up shop in plus territory. The out route to the right side. That is caught. And is that Daly with the big catch? It is. And Daly finally getting some yak on the evening. You can see him turn it upfield, Tyler.
There it was, Michael Percoco. I don't know what's going on with my sheets here tonight. They seem to want to be all over the place, but good little pitch and catch there to Dan Daly. He's starting to come alive here in this football game.
I think that's a Twilight Zone episode when a football broadcaster steps into the booth and all of his notes are just completely wrong. If it's not, it should be. 1st and 10 for Vancouver. And Pepper will throw it on first down as he's done so often, and that is not Redford. That is number 31. That's Brick Wall, the fullback. And Wall getting a little bit of work done to make it 2nd and 5.
Already a couple targets there from the fullback, and he's just their safety valve when he needs to be. So right now, this Vancouver Legion starting to chip away, get into that end zone. We'll see if they punch it in here.
It is 2nd and 5. Vancouver does not need a touchdown. They can get a fresh set of downs if they can get it inside the 1. Pepper throwing to the end zone, and that is intercepted. Major Key strikes back, and Charleston keeps the Legion out.
I think the Twilight Zone has hit you as well. That's Josh Reese this time, who comes into the back of the end zone, who makes the crucial interception. Now momentum has fully shifted here to Charleston after getting the long field goal. Now they can go down and try and put some points on the board again.
Absolutely. My apologies to Josh Reese. An outstanding play. Taking points off the board for the Legion. And now TD Drew, with that 4 tight end set that we've seen so often tonight, will take over at first down. He will throw on first down. There was Swearingen. And Swearingen wrapped up behind the line. An impressive tackle there.
Good stand there, but it should be noted on that last play, that last interception there, Josh. It's the 200-200 club there for Tom Pepper, as that's his 200th career interception. On the same night, he gets the 200th touchdown. Definitely a mention for Devo of the Week coming up on the Dave Axis Show.
Good thing I brought 2 bottles of champagne to the stadium tonight, as Swearingen again brought down behind the line, and a very excited number 95 making that tackle. And that will bring up 3rd and 13. Excuse me, that was Stanley Hudson, the non-contract defensive tackle, making the tackle there. 6 defensive backs on the field for Vancouver. Drew back to pass. That is caught, and that is well short of the first down. And that is number 12, Borst Younger, non-contract wide receiver for Charleston. Interesting target for 3rd down, Tyler.
What an intimidating atmosphere this Canada field is. You could hear the chant for defense here in this one. They just gave up an interception. Now they force a good 3 and out. This Legion defense is for real.
Vancouver will field this punt on the logo and get it into plus territory. And that is the look of a team that cannot find answers when facing an outstanding offense like the Vancouver Legion.
Especially when you have Robert Redford over 150 rushing yards today after being held for 3 previous weeks under 50. Have yourself a day, Mr. Robert Redford.
Offset eye now for Vancouver. Nickel formation for the Predators. Redford again, spin cycle, but only gets a couple. As time is winding down here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 8.
Can't be overstated how good the linebacking core is, though, of that Charleston Predator defense. Jack Hoffman coming up with a tackle there, still showing why they are still in this football game.
2nd and 8, offset eye for the Legion. And Pepper drops back to pass. The swing is there, and Redford spins to make a defender miss, and will make this a very close down on 3rd and 2. Sector 6 is the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. Visit sector6apparel.com or our website at simulationfl.net for replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more that help each team stand out from their opponents. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6 and the SFL. And now Tom Pepper trips to the top of your screen on 3rd and 2. Pepper, short drop, and that is batted at the line. Incomplete, flag on the play. And Tyler, look, you're better at this game than I am. Who's guilty here?
This might be roughing the passer.
Ineligible receiver downfield is the call. And they're going to call it an illegal touch because the ball deflected off the offensive lineman's helmet, I think.
That's a very interesting call, one we rarely see here in the SFL, and that they tag Michael Percoco with that. That's a very interesting call there by R62.
Very bizarre. I believe that is my first illegal touching call during my time in the SFL. And now 4th and 2, and Vancouver's going to line it up anyway. Let's see if they actually decide to run a play. Interesting time to burn a timeout here late in the 3rd quarter in a 1-score game. If they decide to do it, and they do, with 49 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Tyler, do you like the decision?
I think at that point, they're just trying to test the Charleston defense there to see if they jump. They are up by a good margin here, but it's still a margin that can be overcome. So that turnover, you could have used that turnover late in the game. We'll have to find out whether or not it comes back and haunts them later. But right now, they're going to have to go and put this football away and maybe pin Charleston's offense deep in their own zone.
Bit of a conversation on the Vancouver sideline, perhaps about that very play and the decision to call a timeout in an effort to draw Charleston off sides, which they have not done tonight. And that punt is going to drop inside the 10 and down inside the 5. Outstanding special teams play by Gus Schultz, the non-contract safety. Look at him eye this thing, and look at him just pull up short of the goal line.
Somewhere, maybe in the southern part of the United States, Pat McAfee is smiling because that was an excellent punt by the Vancouver Legion.
It's just such a beautiful thing to watch when the special teams all come together. And now TD Drew, in the shadow of his own goalpost, will hand this off to Swearingen. And he's brought down for a loss.
That was an excellent play call by that Vancouver defense. It wasn't just Kevin Jackson coming around there and pick up the tackle. If you saw there on the far end, the Greek Nightmare trying to haunt Keith Swearingen in his dreams coming off the right side.
Achilles Papatonis making his presence felt. And Drew will hand off again on second down. Swearingen very lucky to get out of the end zone. And they will spot him at the 2 for 3rd and 12 as time is winding down in the third quarter.
Da-dun, da-dun. There he is again, the Greek Nightmare.
And so at the end of the third quarter, Vancouver leading Charleston. We got a great one-score game here. Let's get some fours in chat. For SFL After Dark, you're watching the Simulation Football League on SFL Twitch. TD Drew with his heels near his own goal line will hand off to Swearingen. Swearingen breaks a tackle, but not the second. And they will be spotted at the 6. I think that was Mark Lopez, the rehydrated Mark Lopez, making that tackle.
There we go. Had a little bit of cramping up there earlier in this football game. Good to see him back out in the field, and he's making a couple of plays here in this one, and that one forces a 3 and out.
And now Wally Saddle will punt in his own end zone, and that is not a great punt. And there's going to be a return here. And that is Dean Maddox, who gets this thing down to the Charleston 34-yard line. It's the field goal range for the Legion, Tyler.
I don't think so. I think it may be just out of the range of Ramon Rakowski. We'll have to find out. They probably can't move any further back. So definitely need to keep moving forward and maybe put up some more points to put this one out of reach.
And Rakowski did miss from actually inside this distance earlier in the game. Trips to the top of your screen for Pepper on first down, and they will hand off to Redford. Redford has a gaping hole in the middle, flag on the play, and Redford will be brought down at the 20, but let's see what the call is.
It might be a block in the back or a holding call in Vancouver.
Looks like a face mask. An incidental face mask.
They'll take Josh. We'll see here as he comes across here. I don't think he got his hand too far up there. I think RC2 may have seen something else.
Stemango looked like he had his hands toward the face of Redford, toward the tail end of that tackle. And perhaps that was the actual call. As it stands, from the 17-yard line, Redford on the swing pass. And Redford. And this has been the story of the game for me, Tyler. Vancouver has had no problem getting massive yards on first down, bringing up these second and shorts. And even though they haven't found the end zone with a lot of regularity, they've been moving the chains very impressively tonight.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a flip of the script here for Robert Redford. Last 3 games, we've gone over this a couple of times. Under 50 yards rushing and over 100 yards passing. So definitely a good start here for the running back.
Oh, spin move there for Redford. And Redford is inside the 5. Yeah, buddy, you go ahead and pump that fist. Another impressive run for Redford to make it 1st and goal for the Legion.
Just about a couple more yards from punching his ticket for the 2nd time tonight. And just look at the hustle. Look at how tough he is. Just the grit and determination trying to punch it in for Vancouver.
You can almost taste the desire from up here in the press box from the broadcast booth. 1st and goal for the Legion. And Tom Pepper looks to throw and then hands off to Redford, is in the end zone for the touchdown.
Oh my, just giving Charleston everything to worry about there. Shades of Randy Moss there at the end of the play. But Robert Redford, that was a nicely designed play. A delayed handoff there to the near side. Look at that. Nice blocking there at the edge by Derek Nice. The guard coming on there. And Vancouver is firmly in the driver's seat to end out this football game.
as we wait for the extra point. Redford, a early contender for player of the game so far. The extra point is good. And Vancouver on top, 24-9. Check my math, Tyler. I believe that is a 15-point lead.
Yeah, I mean 2 + 2 = fish, but I think you're right about the 15. We got two incredible stats guys in the stats trying to do math for us, Mark Lopez and Mighty, the owner over at Florida. So thank you, gentlemen, for all you're doing for us tonight. You guys have been fantastic.
5 plays, 29 yards on that drive, culminating in a 2-yard Robert Redford touchdown. And now Charleston, via the return of Lance Dulake, will take over at their own 31-yard line with 8:53 remaining in this game. And Tyler, if you're going to do anything fancy, anything extravagant on offense, now's the time.
Yeah, I definitely need to get everybody on board right now. Still under 100 passing yards from TD Drew. He's definitely going to need a whole lot here on this drive.
And Drew will pass here to Swearingen. Swearingen makes a defender miss and gets positive yardage to make it 2nd and 7. That's a lot of work for 3 yards from Swearingen.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Swearingen was going to be caught out behind the line of scrimmage yet again on that play call, but able to get away from them. But then it's the Greek Nightmare who comes up and takes him down after the gain of 3.
And Mark and Mighty tell me that puts TD Drew at 100 yards passing. And now there is Swearingen again. Maybe a loss of 1. And you see the exuberant celebration of Major Key. And that's exactly how a free safety should celebrate when he comes in to make a tackle for loss.
Yeah, definitely. This Vancouver defense has done a really good job of stifling the run here all game today.
Drew in the empty set now. 4 wide receivers, throws to the right side. And that is caught, but short of the line to gain as Buchanan Simons. His 4th catch of the night. And Simons knows that's going to be short. And it looks like Charleston's going to have to punt here. Down 2 scores with less than 8 minutes remaining.
I think that's the 3rd time they've called that play on a 3rd and about medium. And I think that's the 3rd time that play has gone for not enough for a first down. So definitely going to need to start throwing the ball down the field.
The punt is away. And this is a pretty good punt for Charleston. Maddox breaks a tackle. Will actually get forward progress to the Vancouver 30. Week 8 continues tomorrow on For the Fans, with London traveling to Tulsa in a crucial battle between playoff hopefuls. Portland travels to Houston as both try to climb up the standings in their respective divisions. Florida also visits D.C., and Lone Star goes north to frigid Sioux Falls. Coverage begins at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The SFL on For the Fans. Football season is only just beginning. As the Vancouver Legion begin their drive from their own 30, and that is Redford being dragged down on the swing pass for no gain. An impressive stop there by Charleston.
Yeah, good little stop there by Charleston, just trying to maintain a semblance of hope here. If they can hold Vancouver here to maybe a punt, maybe stop the clock on an incompletion, they've got plenty of time to come back in this one.
7 minutes remaining. Vancouver with a 15-point lead. Tom Pepper with an outstanding game so far. Redford now up the middle. And a siege of Charleston defenders bring him down at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Looked like Redford got stuck behind Michael Percoco there, and that led enough time for the Charleston defense to swarm in. Now here on 3rd down for the Vancouver Legion, under 50% conversion percentage so far here in this one. They're 3 of 8.
Pepper out of the shotgun here. Throwing down the left sideline. That is caught, and he's running off to the races. And he's going to score a touchdown. Brett Killian. Killian killing the Charleston Predators with that score.
Oh, what a time to go and moss his opposite number. Brett Killian. What a catch. As high points the ball gets behind Corey Corey Menner on that one, the cornerback, and just takes it to the house. Fantastic play call. Brett Killian able to get on the score sheet in a couple of weeks. Good to see that for Vancouver.
Corey Menner tried to play the ball, couldn't get any fingertip on it. And Killian was able to descend to the ground and sprint to the end zone, unchallenged, for yet another score for the Vancouver Legion. And I was just about to talk about how Tom Pepper's numbers seem to have flatlined in the second half after over 250 yards passing. Now rips off a 70-yard passing touchdown to cap a 3-play drive and to extend the lead 30-9 for the Legion.
Yeah, it's starting to look maybe a little bit out of reach here for Charleston, but they're going to need to score quickly if they want to get back into this game. Down by 22 now after the extra point. Definitely need to start making strides and get a quick touchdown.
Ramon Rakowski makes the score 31-9, Vancouver. And there's Lance Dulake again. Returning this kick will get it to the Charleston 30. And TD Drew, as we're talking about Tom Pepper's passing numbers, TD Drew just had a little trouble getting out of the blocks tonight, Tyler. 19 of 29 for 104 yards. That's about 3 yards per attempt, maybe a little better. And now Drew in the empty set, 4 wide receivers. The Vancouver defense adjusting. Little press coverage up top. Drew, a short drop. That is over the middle and incomplete. It looked like Simons, the intended receiver again.
Well, it was originally Lyric Da Vinci who tried to high point that football over the middle, and then it just hit Buchanan Simons in the hands behind him as Da Vinci was unable to catch that football. So, 2nd and 10 coming up. Definitely need to get a couple yards here on this one to save face.
That first target for either tight end tonight, and this is a team that's been running a lot of 14 personnel. They've had tight ends on the field all evening, and Drew will throw on 2nd down, and that is incomplete also. This time looking for Simons, and Simons emerges from the bottom of that pile. And you saw the numbers there. Impressive defense by Nate Hall.
Able to just hit Simons as he was there. Fantastic play call by, just in general, the Legion defense was able to get to the receiver and contain him. Now here on 3rd down, definitely need to improve here late in this football game. They're 3 of 15, only 20% in this football game. They're going to need to convert on 3rd downs if they want to get back in this football game.
And it's hard to point to any single aspect of the offense that hasn't worked out in the run game as Drew throws high and it is caught. And that is McCarroll. Looked like he climbed the back of several Vancouver defenders to ascend to the heavens and come down with this pass.
McCarr, did you bring a ladder, a 10-foot ladder there onto the field? Because you just went up the ladder, my friend. What a catch. And just held onto the football as he was being hit by Mark Lopez and company. Fantastic catch there from McCarr.
And a vital catch to keep Charleston's hopes alive. If they're to have anything to say about the result of this game. And as the clock continues to run, Drew taking his time at the line in the power I. And this is Swearinger up the middle. And finally, Swearinger puts up a 1st down run worthy of his name to make it 2nd and 3, but the timing very suspect, Tyler, as the clock continues to run with less than 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely maybe need to get going here to the hurry-up offense rather quickly. As they can see, they're just sauntering up to the line with, just over 5 minutes left to go. Definitely need to get the ball in the end zone quickly.
Hand off to Swearinger again, and Swearinger has a block. And this time, Swearinger into plus territory. You see the numbers there for Swearinger, 69 yards on 22 carries. Pretty disappointing night for the Charleston Predators run game.
That's on 22 attempts for Swearinger. I think what's really just been hampering the offensive running game for Charleston is just that the Vancouver Legion have just got a lot of sure tacklers. Don't mess around too much when they're tackling.
And you can see it here, the penetration from the Vancouver defense. Just Swearinger has just nowhere to go except to run back to the backfield to make it 2nd and 9 on the hurry-up offense from Charleston. Deep drop from Drew. And this time we'll just throw the safety valve pass to Swearingen again, who's again tackled for a loss. And now 3rd and 9. Twins to the bottom of your screen. Play action for Drew. And Drew's going to take a shot at it, and it's caught! And he's running at Buchanan Simons, who finds the end zone. And Charleston is not out of this one yet.
Buchanan Simons, where have you been? What a play call there from the Predators. Play action fake on a 3rd and long. Completely fooled the Vancouver Legion. And Simons waltzes right into the end zone, and they cut the deficit here to about 15 pending the extra point.
And you saw the confusion from Ashley Rose Finch. I don't think that was her responsibility, and she apparently did not think that Simons was her responsibility either. I think she was looking for safety help, which did not come. But as it stands, Buchanan Simons has the first touchdown of the game for Charleston. Kick is up.
All the points. Go ahead, Josh, go ahead.
31-16 now. It's a 2-score game, Tyler.
Yeah, all the points previously coming on field goals, able to get in the end zone that time. And now it's crucial that they recover the onside kick here if they want a chance.
8 plays, 71 yards on that scoring drive, culminating with the 43-yard touchdown from Simons. And there is the kick, and it's bobbled, and it looks like Charleston has recovered. Vancouver.
That's Jay Taylor, the tight end, who comes up with the recovery, Josh, and that just goes off the hands on. Sorry, excuse me.
That's Tyvon Boyd, Tyler. Did you see that? He just come out. All he has to do is wait for the ball to go 10 yards, but instead tries to be the hero, tries to put his hands on it, does not bring the ball into his body. And now Charleston has second life just when this offense is finally starting to find its bearings toward the end of this game with 4:02 remaining.
And it was Jay Taylor who came up with the recovery, so good job there by the tight end.
Drew dropping back to pass, throwing over the middle, and that is an impressive one-handed catch by number 12. That is Boris Younger, the non-contract wide receiver. Charleston lines up, they throw it again, and that is deflected. Incomplete. I think that was Nate Hall, who got an armpit on that one.
Good job there from Nate Hall. No stats last week. This time on the stat sheet, this time with a good pass deflection. He is able to come up and make those plays when he's called on to make those plays and able to stop Ken McCarroll from picking up a couple yards.
And we have called Nate Hall's name quite a bit tonight. And that will stop the clock with 3:47 remaining. 2nd and 10 now. Predators at midfield. Drew will drop back to pass, throw it over the middle. And that is another big catch by the Predators. And it is Buchanan Simons again, but there's a flag on the play.
Oh, that insult to injury. I think it's going to be a late hit on Gus Schultz, the backup safety, who just maybe a little bit too much of extracurricular activities. And that's going to add a free 15 yards onto that. And so, yeah, the comeback, they might have a little bit of a comeback going on.
Things starting to fall in place for Charleston. And we might get a look at it here on the replay. And that is absolutely uncalled for. I think that's a good call by R62. That's a WWE right there. The people's elbow, perhaps.
People's elbow, maybe the people's knee as well, as that hit right in the face mask. And so we'll see. They're in the red zone. Can they punch it in quick with under 4 minutes left to go?
TD Drew, after floating around the 100-yard mark at the start of the fourth quarter, has nearly doubled that so far. All the time in the world to throw. Looking to the end zone. Deflected, and it is out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Looking for McCarroll. Was TD Drew.
Great coverage there from the Legion. There's major key. They're getting the deflection, and along with Dean Maddox in coverage as well. Just fantastic play call and great coverage there from the Legion.
And now 2nd and 10. Tension starting to rise at what looked like a resolved affair. Seems to be very much in doubt. Drew in the empty set. Back to pass. 4-man rush for Vancouver. Looking to the corner of the end zone. Intercepted! Vancouver with the interception in the end zone. And that is Dean Maddox taking points away from the board. Taking points off the board for Charleston and probably the game as well, Tyler.
Oh, my Dean Maddox, the Viking, with a very crucial stand as he awaits his calling to Valhalla.
3:32 remaining in this game. Vancouver up 2 scores. And you see the numbers there for Robert Redford. He was absolutely stung, this Charleston defense tonight, and he will get the ball here. No, he'll drop it. Wow. Sabolka providing the footsteps that might have scared Redford out of catching that pass.
Redford's been called on a lot today in both the run and the pass. He gets a free pass for that one for all the hustle he's put in throughout today's game.
And the worst part of that is that it stops the clock with 3:28 remaining. And now we see the 4 tight end set from Vancouver. They've shown us this once or twice tonight. Pepper under center, and he will throw on 2nd and 10. And Redford does catch this one with a double spin move and a very impressive effort to nearly get to the line.
Second time in a row, they've called that same play call for different results. That time, Redford able to spin his way from the rookie Stamango and gets him a good gain here, and it's 3rd and short.
The labor to yards ratio, extremely high that time for Robert Redford, who's had an outstanding game tonight. We have him at 11 attempts for 176 yards on the ground and 59 through the air. And I can't do the math that fast, but that is a lot, folks. And now 3rd and 2. Perhaps Tom Pepper can get a few more yards out of his star running back tonight. Pepper will throw it on 3rd and 2. Redford makes the catch. And Redford will go out of bounds, but has the first down with 2:38 remaining. And Redford knows his Legion are 1 step closer to victory, Tyler.
And he's done a lot for this team tonight. And that time, just able to get enough yards for the first before being knocked out of bounds. And that's all this Vancouver offense needs to do. Get enough yards for the first down, stay in bounds, milk this clock away, and see it out.
Pepper out of the offset eye now. Only 6 in the box for Charleston. And here comes Redford. Redford barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Impressive tackling by the Charleston secondary. Coming up to make that play. I think it was Corey Menor on that tackle.
Redford just had to bounce around his offensive lineman. Derek Nice there is nice. He was trying to set a block for the edge, but great pressure and great contain there from the Predators defense.
2nd and 10 for Vancouver, 4 tight end set. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Don't touch that dial just yet, folks. We're not quite finished. Vancouver ahead for now. You're watching the Simulation Football League on XFL Twitch. And you see the numbers there for Josh Reese. What a game he's had so far. Perhaps in vain.
6 men in the box, Josh.
Well, here we go, the heavy set. Impressive matchup there for Redford. It nearly gets to the line to gain. And now finally we see a timeout from the Predators. Working the timeouts after the 2-minute warning.
We'll see a steady stream of those timeouts coming off the board there. And we only got 6 men in the box, and you're going up against the power eye. There's going to be a complete mismatch, and right there, Redford was able to pick up 1 or 2 more plays and maybe 1 or 2 more first downs for this Legion should just be about it.
If Charleston can't get the stop here and call another timeout, they get the ball back with a fair amount of time. Would that be enough? And it's a moot point anyway, as Redford gets another first down for Vancouver, and Charleston will use another timeout.
Great play call there from the Vancouver Legion. Completely fooled them by going with the draw and able to pick up the first down.
Week 9 begins next Saturday on Next Level Sports. DC visits London in a crucial North Division clash. Before we head to the South Division for a rematch between Mexico City and Lone Star. In other league action, Denver visits Atlanta, and Baltimore travels to Queen City. Coverage starts at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. The SFL on Next Level Sports. Football season is only just beginning. It's Redford will gain 2 to make it 2nd and 8.
A little bit of a head scratcher there, Josh, as they went with the pass there with Redford, and as you saw there, gets knocked out of bounds. The run game has been working for you, especially when you're just trying to milk the clock. Just go ahead and just play it safe. Give it off to Redford and see out this football game. Got a minute 48 left to go.
I would love to see this Vancouver offense get a lot less exciting right now, Tyler. I totally agree. But as it stands right now in midfield, Pepper's going to throw it on second down. And Redford, again, making defenders miss, but this time does go down inbounds, and Charleston is forced to burn their last timeout.
Last time out of third down. So, depending on how Charleston plays it, they will get a chance, if they get the stop here on third down, to maybe, just have a little bit of a chance, a shred of a chance to get down there and get into the end zone and maybe have an opportunity to get down there. But right now, they got to focus here and get the stop.
4 tight ends for Vancouver. And Pepper will throw it again and finds Redford again. A very impressive catch and run by Redford, who's finally smothered by Zach Lay. And that is another first down for Vancouver. And I think that's going to be all she wrote, with Charleston out of timeout.
I think so too. Charleston out of timeouts, like you said there, Josh. The coverage there on the play, maybe expected something deep downfield, but all they need to do was stop them from getting a first down. Left Vancouver's offense plenty of time to set up the screen and pick up the first down. And here comes the favorite play in any quarterback's playbook.
Victory formation for the Legion. And how appropriate that we see the Vancouver offense, which has been so productive tonight. Brett Killian, 7 catches, 134 yards. Kendra Hall, 6 catches for over 100 yards as well. And each of them found the end zone one time. And, of course, James Walters and Dan Daly, the incrementalist Dan Daly, 4 catches. And James Walters had 2 of those as well. But Robert Redford, as you see right there, the star of the show, 189 rushing yards, 72 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a partridge in a pear tree as Vancouver, who snapped a 3-game losing streak last week, have now won 2 in a row, defending home turf against a very good Charleston team. Tyler, what is your takeaway from the game as we wind out the clock? Just in general, how impressed are you with Vancouver today?
Oh, I'm extremely impressed. And both those teams were coming off of bounce-back wins, and both were sitting at 4-3. My initial question to both these teams was, who is going to take the momentum of last week's win? And it turned out to be Vancouver. What a show here from the Charleston Predator defense, though. Able to hold Vancouver to 10 points in the first half. But as we all saw, it led to Vancouver just completely opening the floodgates, led by Robert Redford and Tom Pepper in the air. And you mentioned all the stats there for Robert Redford, but it doesn't show you what he did when Tom Pepper threw the ball away there in the first half. He hustled his butt down back to near his own end zone to stop the return man from getting in for a pick 6. That just shows the heart and determination of a football team, the heart and determination of a player. Just an all-around fantastic player of the game performance for Robert Redford. And it is the defense, too, that just came to play. Achilles Papatonis, the Greek Nightmare, has a couple tackles and 3 tackles for a loss. Definitely going to give TD Drew and Keith Swearingen plenty of nightmares for the next couple of days. And this defense really came to play. Dean Max with a crucial interception in the end zone when it looked like Charleston was going to get right back in it. This Legion team has come to play, and they've rebounded successfully after that, like you mentioned, the 3 losses in a row, coming back with 2 straight wins, looking to move into the final third of the season with the high. Now, I just want to remind everyone watching here today that tomorrow begins daylight savings time, so don't forget to turn your forward an hour. Otherwise, you'll miss the start of all the SFL games going on tomorrow afternoon.
And we're going to lose an hour of celebration time for the Tom Pepper double 200, 200 career touchdowns, 200 career interceptions. We can have some fun with the 200 interceptions because he has the 200 touchdowns. But just outstanding testaments to a guy who's had a tremendous SFL career and played extremely well in this game tonight. And there it is, Robert Redford. Tremendous performance. It really, as you said, Tyler, he should have 3 touchdowns because he did take the one away from Charleston on the interception return. Well, that's going to do it for us. For Mark Lopez, Mighty the Hall of Famer in the truck, our producer Cameron Irvine, and for the incomparable Tyler Falk, this is Josh Circle. We have more SFL action for you tomorrow. Until then, we will see you on the internet. Good night from Vancouver.